Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish kitchen. Today we're making cookies. Banana oatmeal cookies. The dogs are already here. They got this video making thing figured out. When the camera comes out, so does the food. I'm using these tiny little bananas. They're very, very good. I'm using the equivalent to two, what I would call normal bananas. And we're going to mash them up. Cool, huh? Size of a finger. I haven't made these before. Doesn't look like it's going to make a lot. We'll see. There we go, there's our banana. Nice and sticky. Coconut oil. And honey. If you oil your spoon first, honey comes right out, huh? If not, it'll stick right in there. See that? Nothing to it. And I'm going to give that a mix. And then we'll add our oats. Try and keep some of it in the bowl. These are rolled oats or whatever you call them. Instant oats. Here's my spoon. Going to give this a good mix and then let it set 10 minutes so the oats can absorb the moisture, the oil, the honey. That'll do it. Then we'll come back, add our chocolate chips and some salt, and then we'll make cookies. And it's not looking like much right now, but I'm sure it'll taste good. Okay. Hopefully that did something, I don't know. Add our salt. Good old chocolate chips. Mix it just enough to get the chocolate chips spread through, that's all. That should do her. Now, how big you make these are up to you. I like a round tablespoon, something like that. We'll make them into little balls, which is quite easy as they're very wet. My oven is preheated, about 325, 170, something like that. It's very hard to tell with my oven. And of course, link to the written recipe is in the video description. I have too much for one tray and not enough for two trays. There we go. Now, I'm just going to flatten them down just a little bit. In the oven, about 15 minutes. We'll be back. There we go. Too many chocolate chips? Maybe. The last cookie I pan fried it. It's a little bit bigger than one cookie. Tasted like a pancake. It's quite good actually. We'll pull these out now, sit them on the rack to cool. We'll give them a taste test in a minute. Okay, here we go. I let them cool all the way down. Looks good. Looks very chocolatey. It's a unique flavor. It's got a banana bread kind of taste to it. You can definitely taste the oats. Wow. A lot better than I expected. Interesting. It's very unique. Oh my. You can. You sure can. Good boy. Take it. Good boy. One for you. Oh yeah. We good, yeah? Okay guys, there it is. Banana oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. The boys like them. I like them. They're easy to do. You don't get very many. Maybe double the recipe or something. But they're quite good. Unique. Definitely taste different than most oatmeal cookies does for sure. I like it. Like I said, link to the written recipe is in the video description. Good job, boys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button before you leave. And as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. Today is cookie day. We love cookies in the Catfish Kitchen. Actually, cookies is not something I make very often, but I'm sure they'll be appreciated. Okay, first we'll add our sugar and our softened butter. I'm using margarine. It is rather unnaturally yellow. We're going to mix that together, get it all blended up, and then we'll add our dry ingredients after that. Quite easy cookies these are. Like most cookies, don't take long. I got my oven preheated, all measurements are in the blog post and the written recipe link in the video description. Sure, you could do this with a machine. But you don't need to. There we go, that'll do it. Accurately measure everything, of course. That's vanilla and baking soda. Put the salt in. See, nothing to this, you know. Easy, easy. Add our quick cooking oats, or rolled oats, or whatever you call them. Forgot my chocolate chips. All-purpose flour. I keep my chocolate chips in the freezer, so these are hard as a rock. But not for long. Be in the oven soon. We just gotta work this dough until there's no more flour, you know? We don't want unmixed flour. We're getting really close. Oh man, that looks delicious, don't it? Looks like peanut butter cookies. Now, the size is up to you, but normally a heaping tablespoon like that makes a good cookie. But you know, the smaller you make them, the more you get. This is one of those silk pads. And these are going to be a bit big. That's all right. We'll go for 3 rolls, I think. You can make these all perfect and look like a factory made them. I'm going for a rustic because it's easier and it looks cool. There we go. Gonna bake these for about 12 minutes. Let's see what they look like when they come out. How cool is that, huh? So I did mine in 2 batches, obviously. I got 22 out of it altogether. Fresh out of the oven like this. They're a little bit soft. And they're very, very hot inside. Like molten lava. A couple of minutes, 5 minutes. And then transfer them to a wire rack if that's what you use. My second batch looked nicer than my first batch. Did everything exactly the same. That's just how she goes. Here's what they look like. Take a nice one. Beautiful. Still soft in the middle. This one's been sitting here now. Ooh, 15 or 20 minutes. 20 minutes, I guess. Oh my God. Oh, that is awesome. You'd never know that they had oats in them. You could barely tell. Oh, they're delicious. Totally, totally delicious. Man, is that ever good. Oh, melt in your mouth. The dog wants to shake hands. The dog thinks they look pretty good too. Alright guys, there it is. Easy to make cookies. You should get about 2 dozen. I made mine a little bit big, but I'm okay with that. Very easy to do. Only takes 12 minutes to bake them. Watch them towards the end. You don't want to burn them. Link to the written recipe is in the video description. All the measurements and everything are there that you're going to need. And written instructions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button before you leave. And as always, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Sit down. Shake hands. Yeah, Leo, shake hands. Yeah, good boy. Yeah. There you go. Dude wants the cookie first today. Whoa, sorry, Leo. There you go. Yeah, some good, huh? Another piece, Leo. There you go. Sorry about the first one. There you go. Good, yeah? Okay, guys. Welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. Today we are making banana bread with chocolate chips in it. How cool is that? I am doing a double batch, so everything, the ingredients are going to look like more. Like the sugar is going to look like a lot. We're going to put in all our wet ingredients first, mix them together well. This is brown sugar. You could use white sugar, no problem. It would look much different with white sugar. Not nearly as dark. I got some lumps I need to break up. Not a big deal. Get my eggs a beat before they go in. I don't think that matters all that much, to be honest. Margarine, if you have real butter, please use real butter. Although a little hard to get nowadays. And impossible here, that's for sure. Vanilla extract. This is a dry ingredient, but I'm putting it in now. Baking soda. I find that this one is hard to get thoroughly mixed for some reason. So I'll put it in early. I'm also going to add my salt. And that's it for the wet ingredients. The only other thing goes in here is the flour. You can use a machine for this, of course. I don't have a machine. I have a bamboo spoon. It's made a lot of banana bread, that's for sure. It does get the job done. Birds are quite talkative today. Get out of here, fly. Put the flour in about half to get it started. Now my bananas are a locally grown banana. They look a little different. They don't turn dark when they're mashed up. I just mashed them up with a fork. They were very, very ripe. So ripe they were hard to peel, but they still look like a fresh banana. You can use a potato masher if you want to mash them up. Like I said, I just use a fork. Nothing to it. Looks good, huh? Now I keep my chocolate chips in the freezer. I do it because it's so hot here, but I think for something like this, frozen is a good idea. And just give them a bit of a mix through so they're somewhat evenly spread. Looks good. And now we're ready for the pan. I don't grease my pans. They don't need it. I'm sure one day they will need it, but right now we're good. Let's try and get the same amount in both. Now what I do, which probably don't make any difference, is make the thinnest spot in the middle. Push the dough, the batter, up the sides a little bit. That way you don't get the big in the middle when it bakes. Seems to work. These are ready for the oven. I will come back when they're out and show you how I get them out of the pan. And we'll do a taste test. Chocolate chips. Yes. Okay, fresh out of the oven. I'll show you how I check to make sure they're done. I take a bamboo skewer. My grandmother used to use a knitting needle. Poke it in the thickest part, right to the bottom, and make sure it comes back clean. Nothing sticky on there. There's a crumb there, but it's cooked, so that's fine. Now, to get them out of the pan, because they're not buttered, it is very hot. Sometimes they just come right away on their own. Sometimes you kind of got to break it. You get a crack. I don't know if you can see that. It's broken away. Stuck right there. See that? That's free right to the bottom. Go the other way. Comes right off. Ta-da! Look at that. Now I would not use a knife to go around the edges. That's just going to scratch your pan up and make it even harder the next time. It just slides right out. Whoa, I left behind some chocolate chips. Look at that, that's beautiful. Let's see what she looks like on the inside. Whoa, very chocolatey. Look at that. Look at that. Beauty, huh? Nice and moist. Nice, nice. Lots of chocolate. Nice piece of banana there. Looks nice, but what she tastes like? Ooh, it broke it. Oh. That's very nice. Like the banana bread I've made many times. But you get that nice bit of chocolate surprise in there. Dark, this is dark chocolate chips. Not very sweet. Not sweet at all, really. The chocolate's not sweet. That is awesome. Look at that, huh? I think we have a new favorite banana bread. Same old banana bread, but with chocolate. Awesome. Look at the mess I made. Alright guys, well that's it. A link to the written recipe is in the video description. This is very good. Insanely easy to make. And I think you should give it a try. As always, thanks for watching. I'm going to eat this now. It's delicious. Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. Today we are making jam squares. They're very easy to make. They're very similar to a date square if you've ever had those. Basically exactly the same except the filling. Ingredients are very basic. Butter and brown sugar. We have flour and rolled oats. A little bit of baking soda. Here's what rolled oats look like if you haven't seen them. I'm sure you have. A little bit of baking soda. It's got some lumps, we'll break that up. Nothing to it. Now we get to mix the sugar and butter together. I am using margarine, of course. Unfortunately. And all we're doing is trying to liquefy the brown sugar. Now we add all our dry ingredients to that. This is just all-purpose flour. So what we're trying to do is just get all this stuff incorporated, and we will use our hands for this, and get it as smooth as possible. This is the base and the top of the cookie, if you will. Trying to get everything off the side of the bowl. When I was a kid, these were my favorite cookies. My grandmother made them all the time. I think she might have known. She made date squares as well. I'd never really liked those. So that's pretty good right there. We're going to put about 3/4 of this as the base in a 9x13 pan. I think my grandmother used a smaller pan because hers came out quite a bit thicker than mine does. We'll save this for the top. Spread it out, nice even layer. We want to pack it down. Yeah, you could use a spoon or something. Push it a little bit off the sides. Not a big deal. Keeps the jam in place when you cut them. That looks all right to me. Now, the amount of jam you use. This is homemade jam. I do have a recipe for this. This is very good. You could use store-bought, I'm assuming. I'm going to use about 2 cups. I want an even layer without mixing that into the base. You know what I mean? Don't want it to go up the side. Now that we've got it in frame, we'll put our topping on. We're just going to sprinkle this right over the top. Try and get it as even as possible without running out. That'll have to do. Now we're going to bake these 350 degrees Fahrenheit about 30 minutes. 25 minutes I'll start checking it. But the last time I did this, 30 minutes was perfect. Let's cook. Check that out. Now the hard part. We have to wait for it to cool before we can cut it. It's like molten lava right now. The hard part is the waiting. Looks good though. Looks really good. Here we go. Pretty nice, huh? Oh, that's delicious. It's one of those things that just takes me right back to Grandma's kitchen. That is really crazy good. It's so easy, yeah? Only takes about 5 minutes to put it together. 30 minutes to bake. That is crazy good. Alright guys, well there it is. Grandma's Jam Squares. Brings back memories like you would not believe, I tell you what. Link to the written recipe is in the video description. And as always, thanks for watching. Let's see if the boys like them. Drooling a little bit there, dude, Dick. There you go, Lily. Good, yeah? Good stuff? I think so, yeah. I agree. Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. Today we're making banana bread. I'm making a lot. I'm doing a triple batch. The recipe is for one loaf. I'm doing 3, so everything looks like a lot. These are the bananas I'm using. These are a local banana from the neighbor's tree. These are about half the size of what most people would consider an average banana nowadays. So I have twice as many. There's actually 12 in this bowl. One thing you notice with these, they don't turn black when you mash them up. I mashed these up ages ago, hoping that they wouldn't turn black, but they just don't. And I don't worry about being a bit chunky. Some banana bread recipes actually call for mashed bananas and then one banana cut into chunks. So I say a few chunks here and there. It's good. All the measurements will be in the written recipe, and it'll, like I say, I'm doing 3 loaves, so it'll look like a lot going in. That's salt, butter. This is well, not butter, it's margarine, baking margarine actually. It is very yellow. This is baking soda, not baking powder. Vanilla extract. Lots of brown sugar. My brown sugar is frozen. Forgot to take it out the freezer. That'll thaw out. Give it time. Fresh from the garden eggs. I do believe that's it. Until we add the flour. We mix all this stuff together and then we'll add the flour. I'll do half first, make it easier to mix. Yeah, you could do this with a machine if you want. The old bamboo spoon works for me. I'm gonna split this up between 3 pans. I don't grease my pans. I never have. Not with these. And I haven't had any problems, but they're starting to get a little bit scratched up, so at some point it'll have to be done, but right now I don't have any problems getting that out, so I won't be adding anything. When you're doing multiple loaves at the same time, it's a good idea to have them all the same size or very close, so they all cook the same. If one's done, they're all done. Another thing I do is try and mound up the sides a little bit, so we don't get that big, the big hump. Doesn't matter, but something I do. This one seems a little smaller. Well, it's close enough. Now these go in the oven for about an hour. After 45 minutes I start watching them. Make sure they don't burn. Looks good, huh? So far so good. How hard was that? Here we go, fresh out of the oven. I'll show you how I test to make sure that they're cooked. I just take a bamboo skewer, stick it in the thickest part, right to the bottom. Pull it back, and make sure there's no wet dough stuck to anywhere on the wood. Do it a couple of times. That's cooked. Actually, it's a little bit on the extra brown side, at least one of them. My oven seems to be developing a hot spot on one corner. I should have rotated them. I didn't even remember. Forgot to remember. Now, how I get them out of the pan is quite easy. Let them cool just enough that I can hold on to it, still really hot, and just twist it. That'll release the side. You can even go like this and release the side. You can see all the way down right there, it's stuck. See that? Just released right there. Tip her over. Just a little twist. Sometimes, of course, it's got a fight in me today. There we go, look at that. Just stuck in one spot right there. Look at that beauty, huh? Must smell good. Woke up the dogs. Look at that, huh? Beautiful. We'll give them a minute to cool down and then we'll do taste test. Okay, let's see what she looks like. I can cut it right in the middle. Look at that. Beautiful. Now for me with banana bread, I always like butter on it. But I find with this one, since I've been making this recipe, which is quite a while now, don't need butter. There's enough in the banana bread. Look at that, huh? That's very good, man. I got 3. 1 for me and 2 to give away. Look at that. For you. Oh, it's that for you. Good, huh? Drop it on the floor. Good boys. You didn't shake my hand? Yeah, there you go. It's yours. Shake my hand. No, shake my hand. There you go. No. Well, there it is, guys. It's an easy one. I've been using this recipe now for, well, maybe 5 years, 4 years, a long time. It's very, very good. The dogs want more. They're licking their lips. Anything you catch? Of course you can. There you go. Alright guys, there it is. One last look. Look at all the nice pieces of banana in there. Beautiful color, nice and brown. That's from using brown sugar. Link to the written recipe is in the video description. And as always, thanks for watching. Want to try some more? Another piece? Look how soft that is. Crunchy on the outside, soft in the middle. Can I have first piece? Be careful, it's hot. Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. We're doing something now that was a fad on YouTube about 5 years ago. You know, I run about 5 years behind on the fad, so it's no surprise I'm doing this today. What we're making is a cake in a coffee cup. Now, there's a lot of ingredients in this, but we only use a little bit of each one. In the video description, there is a link to the written recipe with all the ingredients. This is very easy. From start to finish, you have a cake in 5 minutes. No joke. It's not the best cake I ever had, but you know, it's not bad. It's a great little project for kids, you know. A kid can make themselves a cake in 5 minutes and just use the microwave. It's that simple. It's a great way to get kids interested in cooking or baking, I guess. I'm using olive oil. I'm sure any quality oil would work. And I don't have fresh milk, so I'm using canned milk. Here's what she looks like. We'll just give her a mix with the fork. Going to microwave this on high for about 2 minutes. I went 2.5 minutes on the last one. I think it was a little overdone. Here's what the dough itself looks like. It's very runny. Now we microwave. This is crazy easy. check that out. That's 2 minutes. We'll just test it to see. Looks good to me. How cool is this? Now you're supposed to eat it out of the mug, I think. But I want to show what it looks like. Ta-da! That's been stuck, pretty good. See that? Look at that, it's bouncy. Check that out. How does that look? You tell me there's not a 5-year-old kid in the world that wouldn't be excited about making their own cake. You know what I mean? You see that? It is light and fluffy and it's got a perfect texture. I've had better cake, I'm not going to lie to you. But I've never had one that took 2 minutes to make. That is cool, man. Unbelievable. Alright guys, well that's it. The 2-minute coffee cup chocolate cake. How cool is that? It happened so fast I didn't even get a chance to put away all the ingredients I used to make it. Crazy. Link to the written recipe is in the video description. Go check it out. I think you, especially if you have kids, you should give this a try. The kids will love you for it. Look at that, huh? Cool. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. Okay guys, welcome to the Catfish Kitchen. Today's Wednesday. That means it's Cast Iron Wednesday in the Catfish Kitchen. And we're making probably the world's easiest bread. This is a generations old Northern Canadian bannock. A proven recipe. I've tried many different bannock recipes over the years and this is by far the best one. It's easy to do, only takes a few minutes. You don't have no waiting. There's no yeast in this, just baking powder so it rises right away. And just straight in the oven, 20 minutes or so, it's good to go. First we'll start with the flour. We'll put all the dry ingredients in first. It's one of these recipes that once you get good at it, you don't need to measure anymore. But the measurements are there until you get good at it, you know. Baking powder. All the measurements are in the written recipe. Salt. Sugar. That's it for dry ingredients. We'll take this stuff, mix it up, try and get it somewhat incorporated, and we'll make a well. We're going to use our hands for this. You could use a machine if that's your thing. We'll add in our oil. I am using lard, homemade lard. This stuff is really good. But you can use butter or olive oil, up to you. A couple of cups of water. I'm going to add all the water right now. I'm that confident. I'm just going to add it all. If it's a little dry or a little wet, we'll adjust as we go. All you gotta do is just round and round, slowly pulling in the dry from the sides. All I'm doing is turning it with one finger, yeah? It'll take more than that once we get going. Like I say, if using your hands is not your thing, you can use a machine. It only takes a minute. It's just a little bit sticky. I want to dry it up a little bit. You know when it's good because it won't stick to your hands anymore. There we go. Looking better now. Wipe down the bowl. That's it. She's basically done. We just got to shape it into what loaf we want. I'm going to do mine in a cast iron pan. Cast iron's great for baking with. And straight into the oven. The oven's preheated 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Still a little bit sticky, yeah? There we go. One dough ball. There's my pan. I'm going to give it a quick oiling. Stuff like this really sucks the moisture out of the bread. Having a little bit of oil in there will help brown the bottom side. In goes our bread. We're going to flatten it out to our desired thickness. Then I'm going to take a fork and just stick a few holes in it so that you don't explode. Just to release any pressure if it builds up, that's all. And just like that, it's ready for the oven. About 20 minutes or so. I'll show you what she looks like when she's done. Take that out, that'll just burn. Should be good. We'll be right back. Hot, 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 hot. Beauty, huh? The color is up to you. This is very hot, by the way. The color is up to you. I like it like this. I will oil it right now. You could use some butter for this. I think that's better. Most people don't with bannock, but I normally oil my bread. This is bread. I think it looks really nice there, like that. I'm going to take it out, sit it on the wire rack to cool. Don't have to do that. I could just put it right on my cutting board. But if it stays in here, this pan is very hot. And the thing about cast iron, ooh, look at that. The thing about cast iron, stays hot a very long time. We want to get to eating, so we want it to cool down. That's what she looks like. We'll give her 5 minutes or so, and we'll give her a taste test. How about the drum test? Oh yeah, music to my ears. Okay, let's slice her open, have a look. That's not even close to the middle. You can eat this with anything you would normally eat bread with. But wow. I like it with jam. Personally, fresh out of the oven like this. Oh, homemade jam. Man, oh man, oh man. New dick. You want some? Wow, that is so good. You know, you can't beat homemade bread fresh out of the oven. It is always good. And this one is easy. Oh, so easy. It's only half an hour from idea to eating. Who's that? Man, oh man. It don't need to be done in the cast iron pan. Just on the cookie sheet would work. Easy to do. You can also, bannock is normally cooked over open fire. You can wrap this around the stick and cook it over an open fire. Not all in one piece probably, but you know, that's a traditional way to do it outside. But oven baked, really, really good, let me tell you what. Alright guys, well that's it. This is my addition to Cast Iron Wednesday. Lots of people doing Cast Iron Wednesday. Just do a search, you will find them. Lots of good food being cooked. Written recipe for this is in the video description if you want to check it out. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. My buddy Dudick is waiting very, very impatiently for some fresh out of the oven bread. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. There you go. Leo, you want some? You have to come here. Come on, right here. No, not you. No, Leo. Leo. Don't have to tell Dudick twice. There you go. Here you go. You want some more? There you go. Good dogs. Look at that delicious bannock.